What's up, everybody? Welcome to Don't Give Up with Jacob. Today, I have a special guest joining me on my show. Not only that, but she's also an art director that helps numerous autistic people and other people with a neurodiversity all across this earth. So it is my pleasure to welcome to my show, Jackie Schuld.
Thank you.
Anytime. Welcome to my show, Jackie. I'm so pleased to have you here on my show today.
It's great to be here with you.
Great to be here with you too. Got a lot of questions to ask about your everyday life. Sounds good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, first off, I want you to give a little introduction about yourself and tell my audience what you do for an everyday living and what inspired you to get started with this type of work.
hmm Well, I am an artist, an author, and an art therapist. And as you mentioned, in my art therapy practice, I specialize in working with autism. And that's because I'm also autistic. I have autism and ADHD. So I really just enjoy helping my fellow neurodivergent people to understand themselves better and make adjustments to their lives to feel happier.
Sounds very interesting. I'm also into a lot of art, and it really helps get my creativity out and spread my words of creativity with art and drawing. I really find it something I enjoy since every day in my life.
Yes, and creativity is so powerful. Like earlier before we started recording, you were telling me about the books you've made, and right, you're through art, you're getting to share your experiences and help other people. And so I just think art is incredible.
Yeah, sounds very awesome to me as well. And can you also share what living with autism and ADHD is like for someone like you? And how do you experience it with everyday life struggles?
Mm, I would say for me, it is primarily an internal experience, meaning I can control my external behaviors very well so that other people don't really ever think I'm autistic or ADHD. And so in some ways, that's a blessing, and in some ways, it makes it extremely lonely and alienating because like people don't really know me and know the struggles that for me autism is like just this my brain is constantly going and life often feels like too much. So I get tired very easily. I get emotionally worn out really easily. And so it just takes so much managing of myself to uh yeah, if I don't manage myself well, I hit like shut down and have to like be in a dark room by myself essentially.
Yeah, autism gets tough for me as well. I mostly feel like I'm being rushed with certain stuff,
Mm,
especially in school. I also feel like people can sometimes be serious, and I just also sometimes need some time alone in a dark space with very big amounts of silence, and it really helps me calm down and refocus.
yes. Yeah. I liked what you said about being rushed because yeah, I feel other people have a pace that yeah, I can't keep up with a lot of the time.
Yeah, that definitely sounds tough. So, I am now going to ask you, how can autistic people feel relaxed and calm down when they're making art? Because that's kind of how I
Oh.
feel. So, I wonder if some other autistic or ADHD people find it soothing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, when we get engaged with something that interests us, we get that hyper focus as autistic people. And so that is like so fun just to be like, here I have my little art notebook, but we like, um, so and part of that, not to get too technical here, but it's called object focused regulation, where our nervous systems regulate better when we're doing something. And so it does help calm our nervous system, but also our brains get so full that doing art helps us to like process and integrate what's happening in our minds and like be able to identify emotions better. Like, I don't know if it ever happens for you if someone's like, how are you feeling? And you're like, I don't know. I feel a million things or nothing at all. Um, and art can really help us kind of be like, oh, that's how I feel, or communicate how we're feeling.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Art is a great way to get out your emotions, your thoughts, and your creativity in general. And that's what I've always loved about making art, especially using materials such as markers, crayons, stickers, colored pencils, even
Yeah.
just Sharpies and normal pencils. There's a lot of things you can use
Yeah.
to make art.
Yes, you can even like just be outside on a walk and pick up things from nature and like make a little sculpture or like there's you can make art from anything.
That's right. What would the world be like without art, if I have to be honest?
Boring. And I mean I've been thinking about how like even the television shows most people go home and watch at night, that's art. Like we are constantly engaging with art and like it brings so much richness and community. It's just yeah, I think it's everything.
Same here. So I'm now going to ask you what inspired you to become an author and illustrator and write books for kids
Mm.
and teens and adults to enjoy through art.
Well, I started writing books and illustrating them when I was a kid, like seriously, like 5 years old. I'd like make my little books, staple them together, and so I've just always liked communicating that way. But I decided to publish my first book after my mom died, and I was really struggling with grief, and I didn't understand why it was feeling so intensely for me. So I started making cartoons about my experience and then eventually put them all into a book called Grief is a Mess. Um, so yeah, I was motivated to kind of try to somehow show like, wait, what is grief and why does it feel so strongly? And kind of wanted to show people it's okay if your grief is like messy.
Yeah, that's right. Grief can be a bit messy sometimes. That's okay because everybody deals with grief differently. And
Yeah.
I also wanted to write and illustrate books to not only show my creativity, but also to give a story about everything I've went through in my life and similar experiences I've been through in my life as well.